Hi everyone, I hope all is well with all my yarn friends. It's been quite a while since that I've checked in with all of you, and I thought I'd bring you along on a fun little journey and we'll see what comes of it. So in last year, as you know, I was doing all kinds of experiments, extracting yarn color from all kinds of different things and dyeing yarn with it. Mostly, of course, wool fiber that I import from African Expressions, SA Mill from Port Elizabeth in South Africa. So it's all natural animal fibers. Some of it is mohair, some of it is alpaca, some of it is, what else is there? Silk. And that's all. Silk, mohair, alpaca, and merino wool. Yes, those are the fibers that I'm using. In my pot that I have been brought up to temperature last night and then let it simmer for a little bit, then it soaked overnight, is the African Expression Soul, which is, let me get a little label here, then I can show you. See, I keep all my yarn labels. This was just from the last month or two. I don't know how many hundreds I've used before. So that's African Expression Soul, and that is 15% kid mohair, 15% mulberry silk, 50% merino wool, and 20% polyamide, however you pronounce that one. There is 100 grams per skein. In this tub are 10, so there's a kilogram in here, and they are 400 meters each. Is that showing? Not sure. Yep, 400 meters each. It is a 4/16 nm for people who want to know that. And the recommended needle size is 2.5 to 3 millimeters. This is all ecru, raw yarn for yarn dyers. And as I said, here are 10 skeins in, and they have I put in, was it 1 tablespoon? Yes, approximately 10 grams per 100 grams of dry weight of alum powder, aluminium sulfate, and then also to that a teaspoon of cream of tartar, which helps preserve the fibers, because the aluminium sulfate can be a little bit harsh on natural animal fibers. So the cream of tartar just helps to protect the fibers as well. Here I have a catering steam pan, which I've added some water to. It can also be called a bain-marie, whatever you want to call it. And then I've just got my 3 tubs in here, because I'm going to do of the shroom powders, shroom extracts, 1 in each tub, together with 2 skeins each of the yarn. Oh, it's actually still a little bit warm. Not hot, just warm. So I'm just going to wring this out. I don't bother rinsing my the fibers once it's been mordanted. Some do, some don't. Pea-paw, potato. I don't. So there you go. Just going to give it a dip and a wring out. As I said, I'm going to add 2 skeins per tub here. Let's grab another one over here. Oops. We're a little bit stuck together. And then I'm going to add that extract. As I said, I have no idea what it looks like anymore. It's been in my fridge for quite a few months. Nothing should have happened to it. If anything, it might even have developed a nicer color. Maybe there's more color has come out of whatever's in there. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine at this stage. So here are 2 times 100 grams of the Soul sock yarn going into each of these, I call them bread pans. because they're more or less that size. And let's put one more in here. This might be a lengthy video, but I thought I'm going to take you along for the ride. You can always fast forward it if you get bored. If this interests you, how does Claim to Win do it, then you can watch it in real time. I was going to put that out of the way for a little bit. Oops, sorry. Bump the camera there, that's always a good thing to do. Not doing anything much, as you saw, I just sort of laid them on top of each other in 3. And let's look what is in the tubs. This should be quite interesting. Let's bring another cloth closer so I don't mess everywhere, because that's bound to happen. And there we go, we open this first one. Ooh, this one is labeled Shroom Sawdust Basic. Oh, it's got a lovely earthy smell. I don't know if I can relay that smell. Let's see. Ooh, it's got a lovely golden brown color. Probably shouldn't hold it over here. Let's close this in case I mess there. And we're going to actually even be able to see anything here in the camera. Oh, that's a lovely color. Okay, so here we go. In it goes. This is Shroom Extract Basic. It's got quite thick actually. Oh my goodness. This can only be interesting. I'll bring you a, oh gosh, there's some gunk in here too. I will bring you closer once I've added it all. I think I will have to add some liquid to this, but maybe I'll just let it sit for a little bit. Before I do that, let's rinse off the spoon. Try keep things somewhat scientific. So I'm just going to park that lid off there so we know what's what. Keep that there. The second one is actually also marked Shroom Sawdust Basic. No idea. They might be the same. I think we're probably both leftovers from the same experiment. And pretty much looks like it. It looks like a really intense tea. Let's see if I can get that poured on over this lot. Should be quite an interesting color that comes out of this. Oh, that's gorgeous. Okay. Let's put that lid over here for now. You see, this is all very scientific. Okay, this one is called Shroom Sawdust Neutral. So this one has no bicarbonate of soda in it. It is just as it comes out the pot, and it's also a little bit thick. It's almost like a like a beef stock. Oh, that's interesting. This one has almost no smell at all. Very, very, very nothing. I smell nothing actually in that one. Oh, that's almost, it's very much like a, ooh, there was a bits in here. Almost like a jelly. And you see that? It's almost like a starter of a, I wonder if I should leave that in there. I'll take it out. And I don't know what those are. Interesting. Should we leave them in? Should we take them out? What are they? It's almost like a jelly. I am going to take them out. I don't feel like struggling with things later on. Most interesting. Here's little bits. Almost like a, definitely like a starter. You know, like a yeast starter, or if you're making a vinegar starter. Very strange. And that was the shroom neutral. Okay, we'll put that over there. I'm going to take you off the camera stand. Let's just remove my gloves, and then you can come for a bit of wander here and have a closer look at what's going on. Let's just put this on. And there we are again. So, gosh, just look at this color, guys. This is most interesting. I wonder if any of this color is going to stay here. So that, as you can see, is Shroom Sawdust Basic. This one is Shroom Sawdust Basic. And it's very much a similar color. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And then this is Shroom Sawdust Neutral. And I don't know if it is clear on the camera, but yes, no, you can definitely pick it up on the camera too. I can see it with my naked eye. This one is a lot lighter than the one that has the that is basic. And as far as I can remember, it has got bicarbonate of soda in it that shifted the pH to up. I should have done an acidic one, but anyway. So let's see what these do. I'm gonna let them just sit here for a little bit before I add any liquid, because obviously I do need to raise the liquid level in here. And then we're going to see what happens. I want to see what's left in the tubs, just for interest's sake. These are the ones that had the basic, and then this was the neutral one. Maybe you could see clearer here now. If let's try get this out. See, it's like a jelly, very much like a starter of a vinegar starter thing, whatever. Anyway, I dug it out. We're not going to use it. And I still have 4 skeins should be left in here. 4 Hank skeins, tomatoes. And those I'm going to use this leftover cacao and coffee chaff. There's really not much in there. It's like half. So we should just get a subtle color. So I'm going to put you back on the camera stand and we shall continue. Alrighty, welcome back. We are now move this a little bit out of the way. Open up my towel. Now I've got some plastic tubs that I'm going to use for the others because I don't have any more Bain Maries. Maybe one day I'll get me a proper studio and not everything in my kitchen. And of course, a big caveat, stuff that you use for dyeing, you do not use for eating. Surely that is logical. Even though it's all natural products, they do weird, funky things when you're doing this. So nothing of what you see here gets used for the preparation of food. Those who know me well will know I don't even eat here at home. I have no food in my house, actually. I'm a very strange person, so I eat out every day. I do not eat at home. Do not mix this stuff with food. You have been warned. Okay, let's put the gloves back on. People ask why the gloves. Number one, I don't want to get my oily hands on the yarn. And number two, the aluminium sulfate is acidic, the alum, so it is quite corrosive on your skin. And I want to try and preserve my pretty little hands, so I don't want to have acidic, too much acid on my skin. And again, every time that I do natural yarn dyeing, which isn't all that often because it is actually quite a schlep, first you have to mordant your yarn, then you have to put the color on. Sometimes the color takes 2 or 3 days to do something. Then you have to rinse it, then you have to let it dry, then only can you wash it. So yeah, that's a hell of a process to do natural yarn dyeing. And I also only do it in small batches. So please don't ever ask me to re-dye something that you've got from me, purchased from me, because I will unfortunately have to say no. Sometimes I don't get the same materials that I've used, and then as it is, it will never ever look the same, no matter how hard you try. So these will go into the tubs here. Again, I'm just laying them in threes on top of each other, nothing fancy. Let me try and shift this out the way, it's heavy. Can definitely use that again. You can use your mordant baths over and over and over and over. So here, let me put a lid on that. I just don't want to splash stuff on there. So let's do the cacao first. Let's open this up. Ooh. See what's still in here. Does still smell exactly like it did when I first had it. This is interesting. Yeah, it doesn't smell any different or worse. It still looks the same. It does have a strange aroma. I wasn't blown away by it. We're just gonna zigzag pour that on here. Yeah, still looks the same as it did the last time I used it. It gave a beautiful sort of a golden reddish color. This one is the coffee chaff. So let's put this one here. So we remember, coffee chaff goes there. I rinse my spoon. Give this a bit of a stir. Almost no aroma at all, which is what I was. It didn't have an aroma when I used it the first time, and it still doesn't. Oh, what a stunning, stunning color. And these should actually be quite a lot milder because they are already quite diluted. So let's just balance that here. Take my gloves off, take you off the camera stand, and you can have a squizzy. All right. Oh gosh, can you see already? That is just absolutely to die for. That's the cacao husks. So that's the outer sheath of the cacao after it has been roasted. So it's almost a byproduct that they use. And then this is the coffee chaff. And this is also a thin skin that's on the outside of the coffee bean that comes off in the roasting process. Look at them together. Oh man, just look at this. Just unfortunately, as beautiful as this color is, working with the cacao is not pleasant. It goes all funky. It eventually gets a strange smell. To try and rinse it out of the yarn afterwards is a nightmare. Anyway, we shall continue. I will let them sit here for a while, and then I will top it up with liquid, and then we will start the heating process. And I will take you along for a ride there too, just see what's left in the tub. This was the cacao. This was the coffee chaff. And yeah, you guys can go look at some of the other videos on my YouTube channel and on Instagram, and then you will see actually what the cacao looks like, what the coffee chaff looks like, how I got the color out of them. Similarly, here with the mushroom story, you can go and have a look at how I got the color out, and then we can take it from there. So of course, all of this will just sit for a while, maybe an hour or 3. Then I will add some more liquid, and then I will gradually heat it up, and then we see what happens. Quite exciting. Just again, 10 times 100 grams of sole sock yarn and oyster mushroom extract, cacao extract, and coffee husk. So that's what are in the pots today. You see, all very similar tonally to each other. So let's see what comes from it. 20 minutes. Thanks for sticking through, whoever is still here at the very end. You are my hero. And we'll see each other soon. Bye.